Okay, so a lot of people keep asking why we are not evacuating. Let's get into it. For those who have never gone through a hurricane, there is a lot that goes on. Obviously, the prepping of stuff, making sure everything's full, but we also have to keep listening to the authorities of our state, county, and local governments. Let's just get real, guys. Like, Hurricane Milton is huge. There is zero way they can actually evacuate every county county that has the hurricane warning for this path. You see Gary behind me. There's just not. It's just not gonna happen. Like, let me show you really quick what I'm talking about. Now this is the traffic on the 75. Back roads, all of them were like this. The traffic is so backed up. This was actually yesterday, us just trying to get home from appointments that we had. It was an absolute nightmare. Yeah, so that just took us 3 hours to get home. 3 hours to drive 37 miles. So you can't evacuate everything. What they do is the evacuations for our county is Zone A. Okay, that's Crystal River right on the coast. We're like 10 miles in from the water, from Hunter Springs. I'll show you right here. And the Gulf of Mexico. After that, mandatory evacuation is for anybody in a mobile home, a manufactured home, RVs, campers, and then anybody with special needs who requires oxygen. They cannot have power go out because of they're either on oxygen tanks, special needs, that type of thing. So I actually already got the call today from our home health, who comes out to take care of my wound because of the MRSA and sepsis that I'm being treated for. Because I'm not on a wound vac, I don't have to worry about energy. Obviously, we have a stick and brick house. We're not mandatory evacuation, and we are told do not evacuate. We have to hunker down. The roads are so congested, they have to get the people out who are more susceptible to losing their life. Yeah, we're fully prepared. We're probably gonna have damage. It is what it is. Like, we can only prepare so much. You can't be fully prepared for this. So we did what we were supposed to do. And a lot of people who are new to this, they get super confused on how the evacuations work, and they're worried about zones and where they're at. You know, the best piece of advice I can give you, if this is your first hurricane season and you have not had to deal with this, go directly to your sheriff's department webpage. Facebook is the best. They're constantly updating on social media, your county and your city. That's going to be where you get the best information. There's, obviously websites you can check. I had a lot of people saying, I hope y'all have flood insurance. We're in a non-flood zone. This is stuff you just can't prepare for. This storm has not happened in 124 years. Why would we have flood insurance if we're in a non-flood zone? Not to mention all of the problems that people are having with homeowners insurance, not just in our state, in California, in Texas, in so many states across the board, where they're either pulling out, even though they had huge profit margins, or it's just so flippin' expensive, you can't afford it. I mean, it is what it is. And for the people saying, well, why do you live in this state? Let me tell you something. There's truly not another state I would want to live in. Yes, we have natural disasters, but guess what? We had them when I lived in California. We had earthquakes, we had wildfires. We had them when we lived in Texas. We had ice storms, we had tornadoes. It doesn't matter where you live. The only difference is your natural disasters that you deal with, they're just different. We're dealing with something that it hasn't happened in over 100 years. So who would even be ready for this? I mean, truly, I can't think of anybody, and this is on the heels of Helene. Like, we finally found gas today. And here's another thing. A lot of people are like, well, once you get gas, why don't you just stay home? Well, there's a lot of us who can't. Whether they're still working or like me, I have all of these appointments I have to get to. They are an hour away inside Ocala. That is where my team is. So we're traveling a lot. You know, the truck we were able to fill, and it's just sitting ready to go. It's lifted higher than the Excursion. So if we do have to get anywhere, plus we have all 3 of our mountain e-bikes that are charged and ready to go. But the bottom line is, y'all, I get like 10 to 12 miles a gallon if I'm lucky in the Excursion. And we still have to drive to all these appointments. So we've been looking for gas since last night. Everything around us is empty. So this morning we went back into Ocala, even though we did not have an appointment, because we figured, okay, it's much further inland, chances of getting gas good. Yeah, it wasn't. They were out. So we decided, okay, we're going to turn around and come back. Everything by us still, there is none. And, you know, I mean, that's one of the cool things about being in smaller areas and more rural is, you know, we know owners, we know people who are the owners of the gas stations, and they're a big part of the community. And even asking, and they all said they're not getting shipments until after Milton comes through. Thankfully, because we were utilizing Facebook and local community pages, and this is a huge tip for you, go on your local pages, because Florida is amazing at giving that information. And thankfully, somebody had just posted that the Wawa and Crystal River had just gotten a load, and we immediately hopped in the truck, or not the truck, the Excursion, drove to Crystal River. I text my nurse who comes to the house for my wound care today and just let her know, hey, we have to go get gas because I have appointments in Ocala tomorrow morning. And she's like, no problem. She was on the other side, and she's dealing with all of the traffic. There's no way to prepare for this. And I know so many are so quick to judge or talk smack or ask why we're not leaving. This is why we are not evacuating. And the 2 huge reasons is, one, I can't leave because of my treatment. There's no walking orders. I can just go to another area. I cannot leave because of my treatment. And number 2, because we are not on the mandatory evacuation because we have a stick and bricks. Yeah, it's probably going to be a Cat 3 when it comes into our area because we're so close, but there is nothing we can do about that. All we can do is prepare as best as we can. We have all of our water storage that we're filling ahead of time so that we, you know, thankfully can have showers. We have coolers that are getting filled, so we will have water for the 3 dogs. We have our water storage for our drinking water and cooking that we're going to be, you know, filling up. We have our food supply. We have propane. We're getting everything charged. You know, that's about as good as it can get. I mean, there's not really anything else we can do. And all I can say is the state of Florida really needs prayers right now and encouragement, and not comments or being nasty. Because unless you live here and you are following it, and you are actually getting the emergency notifications from the county that you live in and from the state, it's very easy to pass judgment or think a lot of us are being irresponsible when we're not. Because at the end of the day, if all of us left, nobody would be getting out. And there's already a huge, huge problem with people running out of gas, with traffic not moving, just us trying to get into Crystal River, which is, it's 10 miles from us. The traffic was insane. The traffic was insane with everybody trying to come out from Tampa taking the 19. I mean, I'm just saying, there's nothing else that can be done. So if you are in Florida and if you are in the hurricane warning area like we are, and you're prepping and getting ready, just know we're praying for you guys. Please drop below. Let us know where you're at. And again, if you have tips, please put them down below, because it's so easy to just get in the chaos of this and the anxiety and the panic and forget to do something. So just reading those tips, it is so helpful to so many, because we have a lot of people, they're brand new to this state. They have never gone through it. They are freaking out, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's just like when, you know, we would be in California and new people would come in and they would freak out with earthquakes, or, you know, being in Texas and freaking out with tornadoes. Like, I don't blame them. So, you know, help out, give your best tip below, and let us know where you're from so that, you know, we can be praying for you as well. And if you're not in Florida, please just pray for us. Our state is just, it's taken such a huge hit in the last week and a half.
Full inside of the house right there. Definitely made progress, but holy crap, there is still so much left. Look down this side right here. See all that?
Oh my gosh. And it's about to take another one that they are using words like historic, catastrophic. You know, we've got local mayors saying they're actually scared. Like, they've been in these communities forever, and a lot of people are just, they're worried and they're nervous. And I can say this is one of the things I love most about our state. It's the people. It doesn't matter if we have been in Target or Walmart shopping, or at a gas station, even stopped at red lights and everybody's windows down and they're just checking in on each other. Hey, are you ready? Are you good? That's just how we do it here. Like, that's Florida, y'all. You know, people can make fun of us with Florida man and everything else, but let me tell you, the people here come together. They don't wait for federal government. They're going to jump in with both hands and help and come together. And so, you know, there's no better state to live, even with this coming at us. There's just no better state to live. So until tomorrow for the next update, get outside and make some memories. And remember, even these ones, even these times of uncertainty and chaos, they're still memories. And we need to make the best of it. All right, I'll see you guys next time.